Good morning. I'm Shinsuke Hidaka. Today, I'd like to talk to you about advanced participle in Uzbek. Okay. Here, I'd like to introduce today's theme. Okay. In previous works, art, math was considered a participle. This math is a negative form of art. In my brain, art math is not a participle, but lexical derivation suffix. Okay. In the next slide, I'll show outline. Okay. First, I'll review the previous works. In previous works, it has been claimed that the participle has two functions. In previous works, it has been claimed that a participle has two functions. One is attributive function. One, Falkat Uzbek joy. The location where the accident took place. Okay. Another is close nominalization. Two, Sizunu Hechkim Ibrayotganu Yok. No one is blaming you. Literal translation, it is not that anyone blames you. Okay. Next, I show the forms of Uzbek's participle. One, Gyan. This is past participle. Two, Yotgyan. This is progressive participle. Three, Digan, non-past participle. Four, Almas. In particular, I term Gyan, Yotgyan, Digan, Gyan group participle as Gyan group participles because Kononov 1960 said that Yotgyan has historically been analyzed as Yot plus Gyan and Digan as Tur plus Gyan. Like this. Next, I'll pose a problem. In previous works, R mass was considered a participle. Again, mass is a negative form of R. Okay. But is that true? Kononov 1960 says the use of this participle is uncommon. And Abdurrahmonov et al. 1975, Keradigan cannot be placed by Kerar. 3. Ertaga Keradigan Odam, the person who will come tomorrow. But 4. Ertaga Kerar Odam. This sentence is not permitted. Judging from this description, I think our mass participle does not take an adverb. Okay. In addition, Abdurrahmonov et al. 1975, our mass participle is closer to an adjective than a verb. 5. Okarsu, the flowing water. 6. Sommas Hayot, the non-vanishing life. In addition, a dictionary records Sommas in 6. Okay. I believe that this description is supported by the fact that our mass participle does not retain arguments. Okay. In the next slide, we'll see examples of Gyan group participles again. Okay. In example 2, Yotgyan retains the direct object. 2. Sizunu Hechkim Ibra Yotgyan Yok. Yotgyan retains direct object, Sizunu. And example 3, Adigyan retains the adverb. 3. Ertaga Keradigan Odam. Adigyan retains adverb ertaga.
Okay. In next slide, I'll show the differences between our mass and gang group participles. Okay. Firstly, gang group participles, they take adverbs and arguments. Secondly, our mass participles, they cannot take adverbs and arguments. Plus, the use of this participle is uncommon. Okay. Here, today's same again. In previous works, our mass is considered a participle, but our mass participle cannot take adverbs or arguments. Plus, the use of this participle is uncommon. If gang group participles are regarded as prototypical, is our mass a participle? In my claim, our mass is not a participle, but lexical derivational suffix. Next, I'll present examination. Okay. I'll analyze the syntactic structure of our mass participle in terms of two basic functions possessed by other participles. Namely, 1. Clause nominalization. 2. Attributive clause. First, I will discuss clause nominalization. Okay. In the corpus examination, this corpus contains 140 examples of gang group participles. However, there is no example in which R must take an argument and is nominalized like 2. 2. 시즌 해치킴 아이브라이트 가는 욕. No one is blaming you. Also, in addition, I asked a native speaker the following question. Question: can yotogan in 2 be exchanged? Armas. Answer: no. 2. 시즌 해치킴 아이브라이트 가는 욕. No one is blaming you. But 7. 시즌 해치킴 아이브라를 욕. No one will blame you. 시즌 해치킴 아이브라마스 욕. No one will not blame you. These sentences are not permitted. That is, armas cannot nominalize a clause. Okay. Next, I will discuss the attributive clause. Firstly, I will ask the following question. Can R must retain adverbs and arguments? Answer: basically, no, it can't. I present the examples that do not take an argument, again from Abdurrahmanov et al., 1975. 5. Okarsu, the flowing water. 6. Thomas Hayat, the non-vanishing life. Next, I present the examples that do not take an adverb, again from Abdurrahmanov et al., 1975. 3. Ertagya keradigyan odam, but. 4. Ertagya kerar odam. This sentence is not permitted. Judging from the examples of previous works, I think that armas cannot retain adverbs and arguments. However, there are a few examples that do retain adverbs and arguments. Now, I present a few armas examples that do retain adverbs and arguments. 8. Hurmat kırıp senge aytar sözüm bor. I have a word which I say to you respecting you. However, this example has been quoted from a folktale. Okay. Next, I show an example from my corpus data. which retain adverb. 9. Abat sormaz muhabbatga fido bo'lib o'tayapman. I have been sacrificed for love which never dies. This example is part of a poem. That is, I think these examples may be a rhetorically stylistic usage. Okay. In addition, 10. Tashkentdan Qarshiga tez yurar poyezd qatnay boshladi. The express train begins to go and come from Tashkent to Qarshi. Does tez yurar poyezd mean the express train? Okay. Next, we confirm Bodolgrighetti's description. He says the second element is the third person singular of the aorist as 11 and 12. 11. ConCALL, east. 12. Koibokar, shepherd. He regards all mass in these cases as finite verbs. However, is this true? I don't think so, because these examples have a headless relative clause construction. 11. ConCALL, east. 12. Koibokar, shepherd. Literal translations are the place where the sun rises, the person who keeps sheep. Gang group participles have such a headless relative clause construction. For example, Oryan lar, dead people. Literal translation is people who die. However, our mass is different from gang group participles. Our mass involving an argument is regarded as one word phonologically and grammatically. 3 reasons. First, Koibokar, shepherd, take one stress. Generally, this falls on the final syllables of a word. 12. Koibokar, not Koibokar. Koibokar, shepherd. Okay. Secondly, koi, sheep in 12 cannot take any nominal suffix. 12. Koibokar. For example, koinubokar. Koinubokar, koirarbokar, koinbokar. Inserting accusative suffix, next plural suffix, finally possessive suffix. But these sentences are not permitted. Okay. Thirdly, koi, sheep in 12 cannot be modified by an adjective. 16. Semit's koibokar, a fat shepherd. For example, koibokar shepherd is followed by Semit's fat. Semit's koibokar means a fat shepherd. It does not mean the person who raises fat sheep. That is, koibokar is considered to be one word grammatically. If you want to express the person who raises fat sheep, you need to use adigan as in 17. 17. Semit's koibokadigan odam, the person who raises fat sheep. Okay. However, headless relatives using R mass are less productive, as shown in 18 and 19. 18. ConCALL, east. 19. Koibokar, shepherd. The arguments and verb taken by this structure are very limited. The Uzbek dictionary registers ConCALL as a head word. Okay. Finally, I present conclusion. Okay. I present the result of examination in table 1. Firstly, I present clause nominalization. Gang group participles can nominalize a clause, while almas cannot. In the next slide, I will show you the concrete examples again. Okay. I ask the question to the native speaker. Question: can Yotogyan in 2 be exchanged for almas? Answer: no. 2. Sizny hech kim aybra yotogani yok. No one is blaming you. But 7. Sizny hech kim aybrar yok. Sizny hech kim aybramas yok. No one will blame you. No one will not blame you. This sentence is not permitted. That is, almas cannot nominalize a clause. Secondly, I will present attributive clause. In next slide, I will present examples of almas that appears to retain the argument and adverb. Okay. The example appears to retain adverb. 10 tells you are poised. The express train. Next, the example appears to retain argument. These are heterous relatives. 11, ConCALL, east. 12, koibokar, shepherd. Koi, sheep in 12. In cannot take any nominal suffix and be modified by an adjective. And koibokar takes only one stress. Okay. That is, the behavior of almas is different from a prototypical gang group participle. Okay. Okay. That is conclusion. In previous works, almas has been considered a participle. However, these works also say that almas has low productivity. In my examination, almas cannot be nominalized and does not basically take arguments and adverbs. There are examples which are considered as one word phonologically and grammatically. That is, almas is not a participle, but a lexical derivational suffix. Okay, I finished. Thank you.
About the content. Can you tell me about the content of the participle of the Uzbek participle? I mean that if you take the Kazakh participle, the content of the Kazakh participle. Sorry. No, thank you. Слышно, да? Так, if we take the Kazakh participle, but they are different at the same time. Kazakh participle consists of verb plus adjective. And the Kazakh participle usually express two functions, the adverbial modifier and the attribute. You gave that nominalization. If that Uzbek participle has nominalization, in that case, the content should be verb plus noun. What is the content of the participle of Uzbek participle?
Uzbek also have nominal phrase in participle, like that. Like, sorry. I think prototypical participle have I think the
You have close nominalization.
close nominalization.
Nominalization,
How?
yes, demands that the participle should have in its content verb plus noun.
Verb plus no.
Yes. Noun gives the nominalization. But our, for example, Kazakh participle has verb plus adjective. What is the content of the Uzbek participle? In order to say, is it nominalization or not nominalization?
Good question.
According to the Kazakh language, that it is in Orkhoi in Nisan, it is an ancient Kazakh language, the source. It was written sometimes may be as a noun, as an indicator of noun. You said that lexical definition, lexical suffix, but you didn't tell what kind of suffix, what kind of part of speech. So many questions.
Thank you.
No, it will be direction. Your word. I think that
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, sorry I missed the very beginning of your talk, but so you've demonstrated that this is a derivational suffix and not a participial suffix. Derivations, have a lot of lexical idiosyncrasies, but I was wondering if, and you've shown that it's not very productive, but are there any semantic or other kinds of factors that would favor licensing this derivation?
I think now I presented syntactic or morphological structure. For example, koi vocal, koi in koi vocal, cannot take any nominal suffix, but in semantic viewpoint, from semantic viewpoint, koi vocal have little semantic change. Koi vocal is not transparent meaning. I think, but this is us. That is derivational property. You say I should think derivational property more.
Well, for example, the example you give is shepherd, right? So I mean, not on this slide, but that was one of the examples. And so I'm assuming by what you said that you couldn't just stick any old animal in to replace sheep. Or could you?
Oh, not all. But dog, it vocal, more vocal, more. But all, not all.
According to Kazakh language, it is the suffix of noun. Because it is a combination of noun plus verb, and it gives a noun. In that case, we usually use are. You have koi, sheep, bagar, bagu from the word verb, and you combine to the, not use the Uzbek language, combine these two stems or roots, and they get the koi bagar a noun.
No.
In Kazakh language, but I don't know what in
I see. But I think koi vocal is not It's not nominalization. Headless relative crop. But
So you said that the R and must can't take adverbs or arguments. The only adverb we saw was tomorrow, as far as I can remember. So are there any lower adverbs, let's say manner adverbs, that can be used with this or not? Also with the arguments, I think the only things we saw were external arguments like subjects. Can it take an internal argument? I mean, you have the sheep raising case, but that one looks like more like incorporation. Could you have an actual independent object? So these two, I think, seem to be crucial for the claim, and I don't think I saw the facts.
I think. So
So things like quickly, maybe, or well, or.
But another no example retain adverbs cannot retain in this construction R.
At all? Like nothing, nothing, not even manner.
Nothing.
And what about objects?
Object, semantically, object, not freely. But the koi vocal, it vocal, other animals, there is other animals, not at all. So thank you.
The papers you're talking about were written about 40 years ago. So of course you're right, but it's not that those people were wrong. At that time the languages were a little bit different. That's one thing I want to say. The other one is that there always was an actionality difference between the R form and the other participles, in that this one was describing a sort of habit and sort of thing. So even when it was productive, the R participle existed for sort of things which always were true as against the other types of participles. So you couldn't have this Yatkan, your last example, because Hechkim Aiblar must, because that would be present continuous sort of thing, whereas the R participle never had this sort of content.
I think so. Gang group participle is gang group participle express active action. But R participle is character of character. R participle means objects actual action. I think.
By the way, this test you have in this fast-moving train, and also go slowly. In that case, you would have the. I mean, this is just the quality of this train.
This sense motivate like this. Sekin use gang Tesla poise express train which go slowly like this.
really quickly. Actually, I think it might support your analysis of the distinction between, in the contemporary language, participle versus derivation, to the extent that what you're saying is that derivation is in fact denotes some sort of individual level predicate instead of a stage level predicate, right? So that, I mean, I don't know if this is, so presumably, supposedly, I am assuming, but please tell me, someone who is raising sheep for a week, right, is not a number 12, right? Is that correct?
Cool. It's not especially. Generally, general person who raises seed, koi boka, is koi boka. Like this. Thank you.